What is up, y'all? Welcome into day 15. We are officially halfway through 30 days to a higher close rate. If you are new to this series, this is where I take a struggling online coach who has an 11% close rate and raise that thing in just 30 days. I actually have an update for you guys. So we are officially halfway, and Hunter's close rate has gone from 11% to 27%. That is a 16 percentage point increase in literally 15 days, in 2 freaking weeks. I'm freaking pumped, man. Like I'm almost at a loss for words. I'm excited to see what we could do in the remaining 2 weeks that we have together. All right, y'all. So what we're doing today, we are going to continue to break down the spouse objection. So we did it yesterday on day 14. We're going to do it again on day 15, except we are going to give you a different variation of how to handle the spouse objection. So without further ado, let's get into it.
But yeah, like I said, man, like this is how you get good at it. Just like in the gym, it's just the boring repetition. And bro, your competition is not doing this. I promise you.
Yeah.
There's not many coaches doing this shit. All right, so that's the option one is my favorite and most commonly used one. Option two is more of a dialogue, right? So it actually sounds a lot more like the part where it's like, does your wife know you're here? Stuff like that. So let's go ahead and break it down. All right. So, hey, totally get you want to talk to your spouse. You know, we believe in family values. We don't believe in divorce, blah, blah, whatever you want to say. Cool if I ask you some questions. Okay. They say yes. Awesome. So tell me a little bit more about their involvement in this process. You know, like what kind of conversations have you guys had already? So we leave this one purposely a little bit more open-ended because we want them to elaborate, right? We want to hear what kind of conversations they've had or maybe conversations they haven't had, right? If they say there hasn't been any involvement, right, we want to know why. You know, why haven't we gotten them involved? Now, there is an argument to be made that the reason they haven't got them involved is because maybe they actually don't need to be involved.
Mm.
But more than likely, you know, they say yes to that and they tell us a story. Okay. So what has your involvement been? That's question number one. Okay, question number two, you're going to acknowledge whatever they say. Have you guys had conversations about how reaching the goal could positively impact the marriage and family? So now we're actually bringing in something more emotional into the equation here. So specifically for you, where it's mostly weight loss, like this is like this correlation is huge, right?
Yeah.
So getting them to talk about, yeah, you know, we have talked about if I lose 100 pounds, blah, 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 right? So more of that emotional play. Okay, question number three. I'll come back to this in a second. Question number three, have you guys talked about the struggles in reaching this goal? What did that conversation look like? How have you guys discussed mentorship? Right. So pretty much all the same questions that you've been asking me. Now, if they answered all of those questions, like there's no issues, they answered all the questions, they have had the dialogue, they've talked about seeking mentorship, right? Then you're just going to ask for permission to challenge them. And basically, you're just going to use all that information against them. And then your closing statement would be, wouldn't you agree that committing to this would make your partner happy? So, what that would sound like, once again, I appreciate that. So, your spouse has been involved in the process. You guys have discussed how reaching your goal could impact your marriage and your family. They know that you're struggling to reach this goal. And you guys have already talked about seeking mentorship. Like it seems to me like they're pretty much in full support of reaching this goal. Wouldn't you agree that committing to this would actually make your partner happy for you? Get them to say yes. And then from there, awesome. Then what are we waiting for? Let's commit. And then you go for the closing statement. Now, if they still say no to that, they're like, I'm just not sure. I really want to talk to my spouse. That's when you can give them that one liner about like, don't worry about me, admin, turn the computer off, and you can pitch to have them go have that conversation right then and there.
Yep.
All right, the part I wanted to come back to. Okay, so this is like one of those unique scenarios that can pop up. So if they say that there's been like no involvement, but you know, maybe they have had discussions about like how losing this weight could help them, you know, improve their marriage, right? You can go for this closing statement. So you can say, that's amazing that you guys believe goal could impact your marriage. You know, do you believe that you could be successful at this goal? So isolating specifically to their belief. Great. And does your spouse trust your judgment? Cool. And 12 months from now, if you did achieve this goal, would your spouse be upset with you today? No. Then great. Are we committing to this?
Mm.
That scenario doesn't happen very much.
Yep.
Okay. Does this make sense? The structure.
Yes, for sure.
Cool. Let's just give it one rep today, and then we'll do more like tricky situations with it tomorrow.
Perfect.
All right, hold on. Let me just pull it up so I can follow. Cool. All right, give me the good old pitch.
Cool. So yeah, man, like I said, muscle discipleship runs for 6 months. Okay, so there's two ways to get there. It's either $4,000 on a payment plan or $3,200 paid one time in full. So for you today, what works better? Is it more of a payment plan or paying in full?
Yeah, what works best is just talking to my wife first.
Dude, totally get it, man. I am a husband. I do not want you to get in trouble. Is it cool if I ask some questions?
Yeah, that's not an issue.
Dude, I love it, man. Well, dude, tell me more about your wife's involvement in this process with you already. Like, what kind of conversations have you had around your health, your fitness, your mindset, all that kind of stuff?
Obviously we've had conversations just about like, reaching the goal and losing the weight. And yeah, I mean, we've just talked about it quite a bit, I would say, for at least 6 months now. We've had conversations about me getting my health in order.
Hmm. Dude, I love it, man. So you've kind of talked about like how this would positively like impact your marriage and your family.
Ask that as a question.
Okay.
Not like
Like not leading. Okay.
yeah.
Um, so within those conversations, like, have you guys really talked about how reaching this goal would positively impact your marriage and your family?
Yeah, we've had those discussions. Now, okay, I didn't put this in the script, but follow that up would say like, and what does that look like?
Okay. So what does that look like to you?
Well, I actually didn't mention this. I was a little nervous before, but we haven't had sex in like over a year. So,
Mm,
honestly, there's been a lot of fighting about it, and
yeah.
oh, that's cute. There's a lot of fighting about it, and just like we almost feel like roommates at this point, honestly.
Mm. Dude, I'm so sorry, man. That is brutal. That is brutal. Um, so would you just go down this list essentially?
No, this is a specific
That's
scenario.
specific to that. Okay.
You just jump right to D.
Okay, just jump to D. Okay, gotcha. Well, dude, yeah, that is brutal, man. I mean, have you guys talked about your struggles in reaching this? Like, what did those conversations look like? Like, have you really opened up to about like how this is affecting you?
So with this one, it's more about like struggles to reaching the goal. So like my
Okay.
response to this would be like, honestly, man, like, yeah, I've been trying to lose this weight for honestly years, and she's watched me try a million things and fail a
Mm,
bunch. And honestly, she might even just not even believe I can do this.
yeah, yeah, for sure, man. Okay. So let me redo that then. Um, so have you guys talked specifically about like your struggles in reaching this goal, like the work you've actually put in or not put in? Like, what did those conversations look like?
Yeah, I mean, she's just watched my journey, and I try a million things under the sun and
Mm,
just haven't been able to achieve it successfully.
yeah, understood, dude. Understood. So, like, how much have you guys talked about seeking mentorship to like actually get you there finally?
I mean, we've had discussions about it. I mean, not specifically about your program, but
Mhm.
we've talked about maybe like me trying things on my own is probably not the best approach.
Mm, yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, do I have permission to challenge you on this?
Yeah, that's fine.
Dude, I appreciate it, man. So, your wife has been involved in this process. You guys have discussed how you getting to this place and reaching this goal could positively impact your marriage and your family. I mean, she knows that you're struggling to get there. You haven't been able to get there on your own. You're realizing like this is probably not a viable option. You guys have already talked about, maybe doing other programs, other mentorship, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, from my perspective, it seems like she's in full support of you reaching this goal. Wouldn't you agree that you committing to this would make her really happy for you?
I agree with that.
Yeah. Why?
Owen asked that.
Do you want to ask that? Okay, just go for it. Well, dude, I mean, if that is the case, then what are we waiting for? And then would you just keep going? Okay. Okay. So if that's the case, then what are we waiting for, dude? Like, let's commit to reach this goal once and for all.
I would love just to chat with her real quick if that's cool with you.
Okay. Yeah,
Now,
dude.
that spiel.
Yep. Dude, totally get wanting to have that chat, man. Like I said, dude, I'm not in the business of getting you in trouble over this. But I do this all the time, man. One of the things we can do is you can turn off your camera, turn off your mic, like give her a call, or if she's there, just go ahead and have that conversation. Don't worry about me. Like I have a million little admin things I can do while you're having that convo. When you come back, if it's a yes, if it's a green light, like we can chat next steps and get you rolling. If it's a no or like a yellow light, then I can at least send you guys with some resources for when you guys do have that conversation. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that's fair. All
Cool.
right, boom. That's it for today.